So I'm going to start off by explaining the NetText system first. So NetText is a two-part system. The first part is the part that teachers use. That's our content management system. So that's what I'll be showing off first. The way that works is that teachers can either upload their own content, so anything they've made in PowerPoint or Word or Google Docs, they can upload that content to the site and organize it into courses. And they can also use open educational resources. So what we've done is we've gone online and find the best open education resources available, and we've uploaded those resources to our site. So that includes videos, readings, web links, and you can use any of those in your course alongside the content that you've created and uploaded yourself. So we organize all that content into courses, and then those courses are downloaded by students onto their iPad or Android tablet, and then they can also be viewed through a web browser. So that's how the students will consume the content. The majority of the teacher's work will be done on the content management site. When we're using the content management site, we break things down into courses, units, and items. So these items are the individual pieces of material: your ebooks, slideshows, videos, worksheets, web links, interactive tests. These are things that you can either upload yourself, or you can search the NetText website and find items and then use those items in your course. So we organize multiple items into a unit. Units are similar to a chapter in a textbook, or just a folder. They're pretty much a set of related items that cover one topic or a series of topics. And we organize our units into courses. So the courses is the top of the hierarchy. When students download a course, they'll download all of the units and items in that course. And the student can only download a course. So the student can't download an individual unit. They can't download individual items. But what they'll do is they'll use the iPad or Android app or the web browser to find the course and then view all the content in that course. If you have a question at any point during this presentation, just go ahead and type it in the question box. I'll answer questions as I get a chance. But that's just the basic setup of NetText: is upload your own resources or find resources from other providers, organize those resources into courses, and then students download those courses onto their iPad, Android tablet, or view them through a web browser. One thing to note is that for all the content that you upload or find on our site, students will download that content to the local storage on their device. So when they go to view a PDF or open a video, they won't need to have an internet connection to view that content. So that's important. But I'm going to start off by showing off the content management system, because that's what teachers will be using the most. So here's the content management system. If you need an account, just go ahead and go to net-text.com. It's TEXTS. And then on the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a button that says Create Account. You can click on that, and that will allow you to put in your information and create an account. Once you have an account, you can go to nettext.com and then click Sign In, and that will bring you to our admin page. You can also go to admin.net-text.com, and that'll bring you to our content management site. Oh, sorry, I've got to just started showing my screen. So here's the content management site. Again, you can go to net-text.com. Go to net-text.com, click Create an Account. That'll allow you to put in your information, and then we'll approve your account, and then you'll be able to sign in. So you can click Sign In, and that'll allow you to sign in, or it'll bring you to the admin page. So we start off on the dashboard, which just shows us the units and courses and items that we've been working on. But most of the work will be done on our items, units, or courses page. So when I click on items here, this brings me to the My Items page. So this starts off just showing you all the items that you've uploaded. So if I want to upload an item myself, I'm just going to click Create Item. So this is the part of the process where you're uploading your own content, so something that you've made yourself. You can also upload things that you've found on other websites, but those will have to be under a Creative Commons license. So the first thing we have to put is the item type. So you can upload a video, an image, audio, documents, slideshows. You can link to an iPad application. You can also upload content links, which is going to be a link. It's going to be a web link that you add in yourself. And then we also have the ability to create interactive tests. I have a question from Joshua. Can you upload smartboard files? You're not able to upload smartboard files. We don't have an ability to open those within the app itself. So you could link out to a file using the content link, which I can show here. See, if we select content item, then we're actually going to type in the text ourselves. So I can put in this is a link, then click the link button. You can put in a URL. So that's the one type of item that you can customize yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to be uploading a file. If I click document, it's going to tell me the type of files that I can upload. So I can upload a PDF, an EPUB, PPT or PPTX, which are PowerPoint files, and then .doc or .docx, which are Microsoft Word files. If you upload a Microsoft Office file, it's going to convert that into a PDF so it can be read easily on the student's device. We'll start with uploading a video. So for videos, it allows us to upload MP4 files. So we're going to click Browse. Then it's going to give us show us the files on our computer. We select the file we'd like to upload. Click Open. So what it's doing now is uploading that file to our servers. When it's complete, the file name will appear there, and it'll tell you how big the file is. So then we're going to have to attach some metadata to this item. So we'll give it a title, a grade, or a subject, grade levels, can be multiple grades. Give it a description. And then we'll add some tags to it. We can add multiple tags anytime that someone searches for an item. If that search keyword is in the tags, then this item will show up. So it helps your item be found by other teachers. And then for copyright source and information, we're going to put where we found the item. So if you created yourself, you could just say teacher created or put your name. Otherwise, we're going to put where we found the item. For example, if we found this on the Khan Academy site, we would put Khan Academy, and then we would put the copyright license that item falls under. So one example is the Creative Commons license. So for here, we put down what the Creative Commons license is. But you can just put your own information if this is something you're uploading yourself. And the same for a URL. If we had found this on another site, we would put the site URL. But otherwise, we can leave it blank if it's something we uploaded ourselves. And then the last option is to leave this item as a public item or to mark it as private. If you don't make an item private, then any other teacher can use it in their course. They can freely search for it and find it. If this is a private item, then no other teacher will see it. And if you put it into a course, then students will have to use a course password in order to view the private items in that course. So only you will be able to see it, and only students in your class will be able to open it. So we'll leave this not private for now. Just click Next. So now that our item has been created, we have the option to add it to any of our units. So this is the list of all the units that I've created. If I see a unit I want to add the item to, I just click the checkbox and then click Done. and now this item has been added into that unit. So we can click OK. So that's how you create an item. You see that once an item has been created, it goes to the top of your items list. So right now I'm just viewing my items. If I wanted to go ahead and view all the items in the NetText database, so that includes items that other teachers have created and that we've uploaded from open education resource providers, I can click All Items. So you see now this switches from the 1,000 items that I've created to the 66,000 items that all teachers have uploaded. And here I can use the search. So I can search by a keyword, say linear equations. Then I can also use the filters. So if I want to, I can search by a subject, grade levels, item type. So I can look at just videos and documents. Then I can also search by a teacher's name. So when I'm done selecting my filters, I just click search. Now we see the 319 search results. Sort them by title, subject, grade, or when they were last modified. And then if we want to use one of these items in our own unit, in our own course, we're just going to go ahead and use the action bar that is opened by just hovering your mouse over this arrow. So this allows us to take an action on the item, so we can view the item's details. We can add it to our favorites list. So if I click favorite here, you can add this item to my favorite items. And then instead of viewing all items, I can view just my favorite items. Now we see that item right there. So this allows you to find items that other teachers have created and then use them in, and then organize them into your my favorite items list. If you want to add that item into an actual unit, you can go ahead and click Add to a Unit. So this is the same dialog we saw after creating the item, where we see a list of all the units we've created. You can select the unit we'd like to add the item to, and click Done. So now this item has been added to that unit. So that's how you manage your items. You can do it works the same way whether you're on My Items, My Favorite Items, or All Items. Just go ahead and use the action bar to view the details, add it to favorites. You can view the actual item. So this will open the actual video. Another way to view the item is just by clicking on the icon for the item. So if you click on the icon, that'll open up the item. And then you can also do things like view the units that the item is being used in. So if I click View Unit Usage here, that'll open up all the different units that the item is being used in. And let's say we want to view this actual unit, so we see that this 8th grade graph equations unit has 72 different items in it. Let's say that we want to see the other items that are in this unit. What we're going to do is click on this button in the right corner that allows us to open this unit in a new window. So this will open up just that unit. So now that we're viewing this unit, you can simply click on the unit title, and that'll show you all the different items in the unit. If I want to view the individual item, I just click on its icon, and now that item will pop up. So that's how we view the units that an item is being used in. And so just use that action bar if you want to take an action on an item. So that's really all we can do with items. So we can create them, we can find new items in the NetText database, and then we can add those items to our favorites list if we want to use them later, or we can add them directly into one of our units. If we want to create or manage our units, we're going to do that all on the units page. So I'll click units to get to the units page. We see Just like the items page, it starts off with my units. So you see a list of all of the units that you've created. If I want to, I can also click all units to see the units that other teachers have created. But it starts off on my units. We have another question. For the admin view, is it only through the website or also through the app? So this interface is only available through a web browser. I'll show off the iPad app when I'm done showing off this site, but the iPad app only lets you download entire courses. So when you're using the iPad app, you can't look at individual items or units. You can only search for a course and then download that course containing all of the units and all of the items. So back to the units page. When I'm viewing my units, I'm able to create a new unit. So I'll show you how to do that. Just click Create Unit. And then we don't have to upload anything. We're just going to assign metadata. So we add a title, description, subject, grade levels, and then any tags. You can add an icon just by clicking Browse. That'll allow us to upload an image for our icon. It'll ask you to crop the image if it's too big to be an icon. So you'll just click the wrench right here. That'll allow you to crop the image so it'll fit as an icon. And you click crop. And then we click next. So now our unit's been created, called unit test. And once we've created a unit, it gives us the option to add any items into that unit. So we see it starts off with a list of all of my items. So we see that video that we just created. You can click on that, and check it off, and then when I click done, that item will be added into the unit. So if I click OK, I'm back on my units list. And then to view the items in my unit, I'll click on the title, and I see a list of all the items that are in that unit. Click on the icon to see the actual item. So then I can manage all of my units on this page using the action bar. I can add it to my favorites. I can edit the unit. I can copy a unit, which is useful for using other teachers' units. So if we go over to all units, we'll see a list of all the units that all teachers have created. And let's say I want to use some of the items in this unit. If I add this unit into my course, and then the teacher changes the unit, then my students will see those changes reflected in their course. So if I want to use these same items, but have control over the unit myself, I'm just going to use the action bar to copy this unit, give it a title, and then what it's going to do is it's going to copy that unit. So when I go back to my units, we'll see we have this copied unit that's under my account. It has all the same items in it, except now I have the privileges to edit it. So I can change the order of the items, add new items, remove items, do anything to the unit as if I had created it myself. So now that we've copied that unit, we can do any of those things to it. We can click Add Items to add additional items into the unit. So I can add that test video, a couple other items to it, and click Done. So then those additional items have been added to the unit. I can also reorder the items in the unit. So if I click that, it'll bring up this drag and drop interface. So I can click down and move this item up, move a different item to another location, and when you click done, all those changes will be set. If we want to use a unit in a course, so have a student actually download all the items in that unit, we're going to have to add it to a course. So I'll use the action bar, click Add to a Course. Then it'll bring up a list of all of the courses that you've created. So you can select a course, then click Done. Then that unit will be added to your course. Last thing you'll want to do is remove items from a course. So you do that just by using the checkbox to check off any items you'd like to remove, and then click on the trash icon. And that'll remove any items, any of those items from your unit. So we see this unit is a bit smaller now. So that's about all we can do with a unit. We can create a new unit. We can add items to it, remove items, change the order of the items. And then we can add that unit into a course. If you want to view the courses that unit is being used in, you can click View Course Usage. And that'll bring up a list of all of the courses your unit is being used in. And then the same way we viewed that the unit that an item was used in, we can click the Open in a New Window button to open this course in a new window. And then we can view all the units that are in the course and all the items that are in each unit. And then you can also search all the units on NetText and copy any units that you'd like to use yourself. One last thing you can do when looking at other teachers' units is, let's say I want to use a few of these items in my unit, but I want to add them, but I don't want to use all of them. What I can do is I can select these items just as if I were going to delete them, but instead of deleting them, I'm going to click the heart, and that'll add all of those items to my favorites list. So I can later go to items and then my favorite items and add those items into a unit. So that allows you to remix another teacher's content. If you want to add just an individual item to a unit, the easiest way is just to click on this Open in a New Window button, and that'll open up that item. So you can use the action bar in that item to add that item to a unit. So that's how you manage your units. Then the last part is obviously courses. So when we go to the courses page, again, it starts off on My Courses. So these are all the courses that I've created. If I want to create a new course, so I'll click Create Course. And then we give the same type of metadata that we did for units to a course. Give it a title, description, subjects, grades. If we leave this as a published course, then students will be able to download it. If we leave it unpublished, then students won't be able to download the course. You'll just be able to manage it yourself. And then we have the option for password, which I discussed earlier. So if you are using any private items in your course, you're going to need to password protect it so that when the students first open that course, they'll have to type in a password and then they'll be able to access the private items in that course. And we can also upload an icon for the course. So I'll click Next. And now that we've created the course, it gives us an option to add any units that we've created into that course. You can simply check off the units we'd like to add, then click Done. So now we've added 3 units into that course. So you can see our course right here. And then now that we've created a course, we can manage that course by editing it or adding new units to it. So if I click Add Unit, it's going to bring up that same box where I can select all the units to add into my course. So I'll select a unit, then click Done. The same way that you can rearrange the items in a unit, you can rearrange the units in a course. So again, using the action bar, I'm going to click Reorder Units. That'll bring up a list of all the units in my course, and I can reorder them currently. So that's how you manage your own courses. You can add or remove units from them. If I click my favorite courses, that shows me the courses I favorited. If I click all courses, it shows me all the courses in the NetText database. So we can look at other teachers' courses, click on the title to view all the units in it, click on the unit title to view the items in each unit. And we can do the same thing we did with units by either favoriting individual items, or you can favorite units from a course. So this is how I can favorite both of these units. And then when I go back to units, click my favorite units, those units we just favorited will be there. So again, you can create your own course or manage your course on My Courses. And then by switching over to all courses, you can look at another teacher's materials. So that's the basic functionality of the content management site. Go ahead and type in any questions if you have questions about what I showed so far. But just to reiterate, we're uploading our own items or finding items on NetText, then putting those items into units, and then putting those units into a course. So now that I've shown you how you're going to be creating the content, I'm going to show you how the students will be consuming this content. Switch over to the iPad. Head up. So here's that iPad now. So this is the iPad app that students will be using to view your courses. So it starts off just by showing the My Courses page. These are all the courses that the student has downloaded. They'd like to add a new course, they'll click Add a Course. Oh, Mary, I see Mary has a question now. All right, so would you like me to unmute a mic, or would you like to type in the question box? I can do either one. Read his question. Okay, I'm gonna unmute Rita now. Hi, Rita.
Hello. I'm very new to this, and so I guess my question is, I'm going through my mind the things that I use currently. Am I able to take a supplemental workbook or other book, and I'm the only one that has it, the students don't, and upload it so they can have the pages, or does it just have to be something that's already on the NetText site?
Thanks, Rita. I'm just gonna unmute you so there's no feedback now. But the way that works is, as long as you have it as a PDF, or a Word doc or a PowerPoint slideshow, you will be able to use it. So what you'll do is you'll take that PDF of the workbook and then upload that as an item. So you'll go to Create Item, and then select Document, and then find the PDF of that workbook on your computer and upload that. So does that make sense for how you would use a workbook in your course?
It's gonna take a while for this to sink in. I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you upload like a paperback book that you would like them to read, or their copyright infringements. If I can't, if I can't purchase 20 copies of something, and I have two or three, but I'd still like to share the book, am I able to upload that? And how would I do that if it is possible?
Yeah, so you won't be able to upload something that you don't have the copyright for, copyright licenses for. So the way that a lot of our content works, I'll show you an example on the Khan Academy site. Is that content is put under a Creative Commons license. So that's what allows us to upload that to our site and distribute it freely. If you had a book, you wouldn't be able to distribute that freely because it's copyrighted. Um, I'll show you just on a random video. So here's a Creative Commons video where we see this little Creative Commons logo. So that tells us that this is under a Creative Commons license, which means it's able to be freely shared. But if it's something that's copyrighted, you wouldn't be able to upload that. The one way you'd be able to use a copyrighted piece of material is by if it was on the internet and you linked out to it, in which case instead of uploading a file from your computer, you would be using the content item and then inputting that as a link. So does that answer your question, Rita?
Yes, but I still have another part to the question. I'm sorry to be a pain, but so I'm getting what I'm in my mind. I'm thinking of Kindles and kids that have books on Kindles. That's entirely different, correct?
Yeah.
They have copyright permission to have that on the book, but this does not. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah, if you have a Kindle book, that means it's been bought from the Amazon store, and the student will have a license for that, for that individual
Are there
book.
any books that are on? No, I guess there wouldn't be any because of copyright.
Yeah, there is the exception for books that are in the public domain that are out of copyright.
Okay, so
So
older books in particular.
exactly. I can show you some that we have. Click over to all items. We've uploaded a bunch of those books as PDFs or EPUBs. Yeah, I'm just going to mute you again because I'm getting a lot of feedback. Again, you can type anything in the question box and then I'll be able to see that. But if I search, so I'm searching the whole site for Mark Twain now just to find some books. So we see here, this is a chapter from a Mark Twain book. So this is a book that's out of copyright in the public domain, so we're able to upload this and share it freely. So this would be how you would be able to use free books using NetText. So if anyone else has a question, let me know just by typing it into the question box, and I can answer it before I go to the next part, which is showing off how the iPad app works. All right. Okay, Josh. I'll be able to approve you for approve your account just when this webinar is over. I just can't do it right now. But I'll go ahead and approve anyone who creates an account during this webinar. All right, so if there are no further questions on the content management site, I'm just going to move over to the iPad app now. Here's another question. How do I find names of books that are out of copyright? I'm going to recommend a site for that. If you go to Gutenberg.org, I believe it is. Yeah, so it's Gutenberg.org. This is Project Gutenberg. This is where we have a lot of the this is where we find a lot of the books the out of copyright books that we put up on our site. All of the books they have here are completely free to use, completely in the public domain. So you can search their catalog by author or by the book. And you can also just look at lists of books. So here they show all the books sorted by popularity that you can use. If you click on a book, you'll see that it has it in different formats. So EPUB is one of the best ways. That's a format that we support, and we also support PDFs. So if you wanted to use this book, you would you download this PDF, and then you would upload that PDF as an item on NetText. And you would be able to do that because this book is in the public domain. So any other questions on the content management site? Give it a minute. All right. So I'm going to move over back to the iPad app now. So this is all of the courses that a student has downloaded to their iPad on the My Courses page. They'd like to add a new course. They're going to click Add a Course. And that'll bring them to our course collections page. These are courses that we've created. By default, you'll see our textbook replacement courses. So this is content that we've uploaded to the site and organized into courses. But if a student wants to view a course that you've created, they're going to search for it. Use the search button. So tap on that. And they can either find the course using the course code. So whenever you create a course on NetText, it's going to automatically generate a course code. So a student can either type that course code in, or they can search for it by keyword, subject, grade, or course collection. So we'll just try searching course here. So we see all of our search results. If we tap on a course, we'll be able to see a preview of the course. Now we can't view any of the individual items in this course until we download it. So I'm just going to tap Add this course, and then your download will begin. If you'd like to view the downloads in progress, you'll tap My Downloads. That'll show you the progress of the courses that you're downloading. Once you've downloaded a course, you can go to My Courses and see that course. So we'll just be using the simple algebra course for now. So tap on that course to open it. When I open a course, I see the units in the course. So I can see the 6 different units in this course. And then to view the items in a unit, I'm just going to tap on the unit. Now we see all of the different items that reside in this unit. So when we want to view an item, just tap on the item. So this is a PDF that's in the unit. So I can simply scroll up and down. If I want to use this item in a different app, such as the PDF annotator, I'm going to use the Open in a New Window button in the upper right-hand corner. I have a quick question from Joshua. So every student would download that course onto their iPad? That's correct. So all you would need to do is give the student your course code, and then they would download the course. And that would download all of the material to their iPad. And then if you want to update the course later, I'll show you how the students will sync the course. So they'll sync the course in order to get any new materials that you've added into the course. But when I'm just viewing an individual item, I can use this share button in the upper right-hand corner to open this item in a different app. So for example, I can open it in Goodreader if I want to take some notes on the app. So this allows me to annotate the PDF, draw on it, take notes. And then when I want to go back to the NetText app, I can just go back to NetText and I'm still viewing that item. So we click back to go back to our item list. When we open a video, it's actually going to open in the lower right-hand corner. So while this video plays, we can use the video controls to go back and forth, pause the video, and bring it full screen to view just the video. Or if we want to, we can just allow the video to play in the corner while we navigate the app. So we can look at other items and really do whatever we want as this video continues to play. Click that X in order to close the video. So that's how you view items. You either be opening them within the app. If I open this content item here, it's going to give me a link so that when I open this link, it's going to bring me to a website still within the NetText app. But this allows you to link a student out to a website. So this is an interactive module. This will be the one time that they do need internet access. When they're viewing a PDF or a video, this PDF, they wouldn't need internet access in order to view that item. So that's how they're going to view items in their course. As I mentioned before, if you make changes to that course, then they're going to have to sync with those changes. So they're going to click My Courses, and then go to Manage Courses. So this gives them the option to sync any of the courses that they've downloaded. So if I click the Sync button here, then click Sync Selected, that's going to download any new items into the course and delete any old items so that all their content is up to date. So that's really the basic functionality of the iPad app. Does anyone have any questions about how students will be consuming this content? Okay, I have a question from Josh. So, all right, so yeah, I can answer that question. Do students do work that we can check and see? So there are a couple ways that the student can do work using the app. One of them is by using the note-taking function. So when I'm viewing a course unit or item, I can click on the Notes button in the lower left-hand corner. That'll bring up a notepad. So the student can then type in any notes, any comments on the item. They can also click audio to record a note. So this will use the iPad microphone to record them speaking. Then just press stop. And if I want to share this note I've taken with a teacher, with myself, with another student, I can just click the share button. And that's going to bring up an email with the text of the note in the body of the email, and then an attachment with any audio notes that have been recorded. So that's one way that the student can do work using the app. The other way is by taking an interactive test. So this is an item type here. I have a test. So when I open up this test, this is a test that the student actually takes on the device. So the teacher will make this interactive test using a PDF. So they'll drag a box around each question and then put in the question text and the answers. And so when the student takes this test, it'll actually be automatically graded, and then the results will be sent back to the teacher. So when we go to our dashboard, you see we have a section for test responses, and you can download a Excel spreadsheet with all of the results for any test that the students have taken. So the student takes the test on the iPad and then logs in using a Google account. If I click Submit Test here, you'll see they'll log in using a Google account, and then that'll relay all of the information about their test, all their correct answers and incorrect answers, and then give them a score and send that score and all of that information to the teacher. So the question is the math always multiple choice? Is there a type of scratch pad to see their work? There's no scratch pad. We do have different types of questions you can ask. If I go to my items, I'll find a test item here. So I'll show you how you will actually manage these tests. So this is a test that I've created. If I click Manage Test, I've already uploaded this PDF. Actually, I'm gonna go back. So then the next thing I do is add questions to it. So when I click Add, it'll bring up a box. So I can drag the box around the question. This is obviously not a real test, but this is just what the interface looks like. And then I'll be able to assign the question, text, and answers to the question. So I can do a multiple choice, but I can also do a short answer question. So for this, we would assign multiple possible correct answers. So you could have 2 over 3, 0.666. So any of these options that a student will put in will be marked as correct, and then you'll give them a point value for each question. And then if you want to do a free response question, you'll just put a character limit. So we'll say 1,000 characters, and the student will simply type in whatever they want into a text box. That question won't be graded, but that response will be sent to you. So that's how you can do questions that aren't multiple choice using the test module. And yes, they would only be able to type their responses to an interactive test. So any other questions? I can cover anything that we've looked at so far, including the app, content management site. While I'm waiting for any questions, I'm just going to show how students would view content through the web browser. So for that, they would go to net-text.com, click on Courses. So here we see the same collections page that we were looking at before. I can then search for a course by its course code or by a keyword. So if I enter the keyword in here, I can search for any courses, then go ahead and open that course up. Now we can view the units in the course, view the items in each unit. Click on an item and it'll automatically show you the item. So this way they're not downloading the course to their computer like they are on the iPad. But this just allows any student to go on any computer, go to nettext.com, and view their course. So that's about all I have to show you today. Again, I can answer any questions you have. If you want to view some more videos on how to use the site, just go to nettext.com/media. There's a media link here. You can view some more tutorial videos and informational videos. There's a video called Creating Interactive Tests, which is helpful for knowing how to actually create those tests that I was showing. That's a more complicated process. But I'm just going to leave it open for questions for the next couple of minutes, and then call it a day if no one has any more additional questions. Also put my email up on the screen in case anyone wants to email me with questions about the site. So I'll be able to approve. Yeah, I'll be able to approve anyone who makes an account for the site. I do see Veronica Guest logged in to the webinar, if that was your question, Josh. And I'll send out an email. I'll send out an email to everyone who is on that email list with a link to this, to the recording of this webinar. I'll send that out tomorrow morning. I just need some time to convert and upload the webinar. All right, so if that's all the questions everyone has today, I realize you have my email because I emailed to everyone, and then I'll send out that link tomorrow morning so you can view this video again, or other teachers can view it. But I'd just like to thank everyone for logging in today and watching our webinar, and we're excited to have you using NetText. So again, you can send me an email, check out our tutorial videos, and send any questions in. So thanks a lot, and take care.